What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Friday. First day of spring is here. It was raining today. I mean, that's spring, right? So today's video, all right, is about hands-on investing. Okay. So, we want to invest in all these different things. And I think it's imperative that whatever you're investing in, you should use the products, right? Like be a customer of the company. I'll give you an example. Okay. I see this a lot. I'm a real estate broker. I have a property management company in Fall River, Massachusetts. A lot of the properties that we manage and sell are over 100 years old. They're all multifamily properties. And, I see people coming in and they have these big dreams of being a landlord, and they're on bigger pockets and they watch these podcasts and, so they come in like all excited, and then the reality of these buildings is that, hey, the plumbing's 100 years old sometimes, the wiring's knob and tube, the heating systems are like a space heater, like a little box in a living room, and because they've never lived in these buildings and they've never actually been a customer of these buildings, right, as a tenant, they don't have like that firsthand perspective that we have. Like we lived in these buildings, right? We know our product because we've lived in them, so I think it's imperative, right? And so I see a difference in clients that have lived in these three families and haven't, right? Because they've tested the product. So that's one example, right? Another example, I'm a big Bitcoin, surprise, right? Solana, crypto. I think a lot of people think they're investing in Bitcoin or they think they're investing in Solana or some crypto, but they've never actually tried the product. And what do I mean by that? If you go on Coinbase, if you go on Robinhood, if you go on Cash App, wherever you buy your Bitcoin or Venmo or Solana, if you buy it and you leave it on Coinbase, you're not really using the network, right? You're just buying an IOU from Coinbase, and that can go either way, right? Nothing against Coinbase, but anybody who bought an IOU from FTX or Celsius, ask them how valuable that IOU was, right? So you're not really using Bitcoin if you buy it and leave it on a network or Solana. So what I suggest, if you're into Bitcoin and you're doing it, buy some Bitcoin on the exchange and then get yourself like a hardware wallet, right? One of these little wallets, take it off of the exchange and actually use the network, okay? And see how it works. How easy is it to move Bitcoin around? How easy is it to move Solana? I think a lot of people out there who are big, who think they're big into Ethereum or XRP, when they actually try to use those networks, they realize how difficult it is. And if it's difficult for you and you're an investor, then how hard is it for anybody else? How is this investment going to grow? And that's my point about hands-on investing, right? Like using a product reveals to you intimately what the charts don't. Like if you're going to invest in CVS and you think it's a great stock, but every time you go to CVS, you're aggravated because nothing's in stock and it's all overpriced and it takes 2 weeks to get your prescription. That's not a great user experience. Is that something you want to invest in? Okay. So that leads me to my next point. All right. I am Team Tesla all the way. All right. So I might have did something this week, right? Because I want to use the product that I am so adamant about investing in. And I want to see firsthand how it is. So I did something this week. All right. I'm going to introduce you in a minute to Dark MAGA. Everybody's so mad at Tesla. I named my Tesla Dark MAGA because why not, right? Let's have some fun with it. All right. So, so I bought a Tesla and really I did it because I wanted to really dive into the company, and it's really about my AI model. Like I know how the process of buying a Tesla is, and I'm going to explain that to you guys. But really for me, it's the AI. That's why I'm investing in the company. I need to own one. I need to use the AI, and I need to let the thing drive me around to see if I'm really, if my investment is good or not. That's really what it boils down to me. All right. So how do you buy a Tesla? And I'll be making a lot of videos about this stuff about as time goes on. But let's start with the basic things. I think a lot of people don't realize what Tesla's doing right now. Buying the car is so easy, right? Every time I've ever bought a car, it's been a nightmare, right? The dealership model is broken. So if you own a car dealership and you're watching this video, and I've made videos about some local car dealers and the shenanigans that they pull. All right. So really to buy a Tesla, it's so easy. All right. I'm showing it on a computer because my streaming is through the computer, but it works the same on a phone. It's optimized for a phone. Literally you just go on a site, and pick out a car. You order it. You just click, right? And you can search the inventory. So we'll search the inventory because that's what I did. Okay, so I bought a Tesla Model Y Performance, and it's one of these, just like this. So you literally click on the car, and you see right here, David's referral applied. So if you're thinking about buying a Tesla, reach out to me and I'll send you my referral credit and we both get $500. Why not? Right? So I use someone else's. I got $500 off the car. So again, see how it works though? It works like everything else that we expect to work, right? It's optimized for mobile. It works on a website. You go in, transparent pricing right here. It's very simple, right? And you click right here, order now, and you can pay with Apple Pay. It's very, very easy, okay? They can't make it any simpler. And, you know, I don't know, guys. Like, if I own a car dealer, I'm nervous right now because my model is totally broken, right? So that's the first step, right? How do people get into the brand? Very simple. You know, and I think about this with my business as well, right? Like real estate is going through disruption right now. Rocket Mortgage just bought Redfin, took them private. Zillow, with all the things they're doing, trying to be a one-stop shop. A lot of companies are trying to create this type of user experience in the real estate world. And, you know, one of the smartest people I ever met, Jared James, was a coach of mine. I learned a lot from this guy. And one of the things he always said is like, you people don't market the way you consume. Think about that for a minute, right? Like the way we consume today, the way we buy things, the expectation we have as consumers, I think Tesla in their buying process, 100% delivered. Like there is no back and forth. There's no feeling like you're getting ripped off. Like it just works, you know, and I use that in my business, right? Like I look at these experiences and I look for ways to make the experience better for my clients, for our tenants, for our buyers, our sellers, everybody, right? So right there, you can see simplified process. And then once you get, you know, once you put 250 down to reserve the car, and then it all goes to the app, and it's all on an app. And what do we do today? Everything's on an app. Like it's so simple. So here's the app, right? Just a screen recording. You know, so you go in, there's like 9 steps. So the first step is you take a picture of yourself, your ID, to verify your identity. Second step, you schedule an appointment to pick up the car. So you just go on a calendar, and you just pick a date and time that works for you that you want to pick up your car. Very easy, right? Third step, incentives. That's for the EV credits. I'll get into that in a minute. You know, so Massachusetts, you get $3,500 from the state, and you get $7,500 from the federal government. All right, so $11,000 right there. All right, the next step is a trade-in. I didn't do a trade-in, but if you had a trade-in, you can do it right there. You literally punch in the VIN, you give it some information, you take pictures of the car. It's so ridiculously easy. There's no haggling. They just give you a price. All right. Financing, you do it right in the app. I did check local banks. They gave me a really good offer on here. I put in what I wanted. I wanted no money down. They actually gave it to me. I had to put down 25 cents. So, you know, pretty cool. And then you would also have the option to do a lease or pay cash. So you would skip that step. Insurance was pretty easy. I have some issues with insurance though, and I'll explain that to you in a second. But very simple. You load up your information, you connect them with your insurance agent. I have a great insurance agent that I highly recommend. If you're looking for somebody, comment below and I'll connect you with him. All right. Then you make your payment. So in this case, my down payment was 25 cents. You pay it right in the app. You know, they give you your agreements about a day before you go to the dealer. You review them. This entire process, you don't have to talk to anybody. It's literally like buying toilet paper on Amazon. They can't make it any easier. I swear to God. Like it is so simple. And then finally, when you arrive at the dealer on delivery day, this box pops up. You click start. You say, I'm here. And then you walk around the lot and you go find your car, right? And I'll show you that in a second. So about insurance, okay? So let's talk about, let's go local to Massachusetts for a minute, okay? So Massachusetts, I think, now this isn't the case everywhere. I don't think all states are like this, but definitely in Massachusetts, Green New Deal, right? All about being green and electric and climate change, right? You're not going to save any money owning a Tesla in Massachusetts over a gas car. I promise you that. The cost to buy the car, a comparable car, yes, absolutely. You'll save it when you buy it. But the operating costs, you know, you're not buying gas, you're not doing oil changes, the maintenance is a lot less, but they're going to get you. And they got me on insurance. They're going to get you on excise tax. Okay. There's something with the EV credit that I'll explain to you in a second. So this state claims to be this green, forward-thinking state, but they totally give it to you on everything green. All right. I did mass save. I got the heat pumps in my house, total, like whatever, I got the rebate and I invested it, but, definitely not, you're not saving any money. Electricity's so expensive in Massachusetts. I haven't charged the car yet, but I would imagine I'm not going to save much. Charging it at home is cheaper than going to the supercharger, but there's a cost to get the charger installed, so just keep that in mind. So if you're buying a car like a Tesla in Massachusetts, because you think you're going to save all this money on operating expenses, you're not. Now, the cost of the vehicle, yes, you get a lot of car for the money with a Tesla compared to a regular car. So insurance, okay? So here's the deal. Massachusetts has some of the most ridiculous insurance rules and regulations in the country. And if you're an insurance company or agent, think about that, man. Like, the world is changing. Like, Tesla offers their own insurance, right? And if you use the full self-driving, I know people with Cybertrucks paying $40 a month for insurance because the full self-driving is designed not to crash. So Tesla is insuring the cars because they know the odds of you crashing are like 1 in 10, 1 in 20 compared to a regular driver. So they're willing to take it on. And every month that you drive the car not like a jerk, they adjust the price of your insurance down, right? But that's only available in 11 states, right? Arizona, California, but California has a hybrid version because they're just as bad as Massachusetts. Colorado, Illinois, Maryland, right here, the states are here. Virginia is one of them. I have some people in Virginia. Shout out to them. All right, so the insurance cost was $3,700 for the year. That's what it cost me. So basically more than 10% of the price of the car to get the insurance. So that's crazy, right? But it is what it is. Like I said, I got a great insurance agent. That was the cheapest it could be. And that's not his fault. That's the fault of the laws in Massachusetts. So keep that in mind. It's going to be more than a regular car. All right, now the tax credit in Mass. Here's another way they get you, right? So they dangle this thing and they're like, oh, we believe in EV and blah, 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 the Green New Deal. So you get a $3,500 tax credit, but it's based on the sticker price of the MSRP of the car. So the MSRP on the Tesla Model Y Performance is like $52,000. Now, I bought this one with an $8,000 discount because it's the original model and Tesla just released Model Y again. So they took $8,000 off. Right, which is basically the cost of FSD, full self-driving. Massachusetts is like, nope, the sticker's 52. So if I add full self-driving, it brings it up to 60. You lose the $3,500 rebate. Full self-driving is $8,000. If you lose the rebate, you're effectively paying $11,500 for it. So keep that in mind. If you're interested in FSD and you want to buy it, you're going to have to buy it separate from the loan unless you get a cheaper Tesla that is, like maybe a long range Model 3 or long range Model Y, then you'll have enough room there to get that rebate. Okay. But to me, I wanted the car for the AI and the full self-driving. And I personally think, and I'll get into it in a second, that price of that full self-driving is going to go up in the future because they're creating a lot of value for it. All right. So, that's a couple of things to know about Massachusetts. Okay. So now back to the experience of buying the car and my first impressions of full self-driving, okay? So on that app that I showed you, when you get to the dealership on your day, there you check in on the app. And what it tells you is, hey, your car's here. It's in the lot. Go find it. Walk around it. If you're happy with it, come on inside. So how do you find your car? Well, I got to give it to them. I'm probably going to steal this. I like this little thing they did here. They got a little sign on the dash. Congratulations, Dave Ferreira. Welcome to the Tesla family, right? So you walk around the lot, you find your car. There it is. My buddy went with me. There's me with Dark MAGA. All right. That's Dark MAGA, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the world. All right. So that's it. And then it's very simple, right? Actually, that guy in the background is actually the guy that helped me. Not on purpose, but he just happened to be in the picture. So, so you go inside. There was no protesters there either, which there were previously, and there probably will be again. But yesterday when I went, no protesters. So you go inside, sign a couple of papers. Everything's signed online, but there's like 2 forms you got to sign. They go get your plates. Hey, they were cool too. I asked them, I was like, I don't want EV plates. Give me regular plate. The guy was cool about it. Give me a really cool plate number. And so that's it. Then you go outside. The key is your phone. They set it up on your phone. And so you don't have keys anymore. So they program that for you. You go sit in the car for like 10 minutes, setting up your stuff, getting your seat right, all that. And they come back out with your plates. Any questions, they're there for you as long as you need, however many questions you have. If you have no questions, you leave. And I'll tell you, they give you 1 month free of full self-driving. Okay. So I'm doing my month, and then I'm going to buy it. That's my plan, right? I'm going to buy full self-driving. And let me show you, like, this is literally me leaving the dealer. All right. The car is driving itself. That's it. I didn't touch the steering wheel the whole way home, or the gas pedal, or the brake. I literally punch in my destination from park. The car just drives. It literally just drives. It's waiting for a safe time to make a right. There's the cars going by. There's another one. Let's see. One more car. I mean, just waited, right? It's just sitting there. That's not me. The blink of the brakes, that's all the AI. Pulls out, right down the road, bangs a U-turn at the next set of lights, comes back around, put me on 95, and it just drove all the way home. Guys, I got to tell you, first impression, right out the box, worked flawlessly. Flawlessly. So from an investor perspective, dude, I have never been more bullish. Never been more bullish, right? Like, using it firsthand, trying the technology, like, that's my investment thesis. What you just saw right there, that's my investment thesis. Not the cars. The cars are cool. I love the cars, but not my thesis. My thesis is the AI and where they're going with it. So I'm going to be using it a lot more. I'll give you some more feedback. I'm here to answer questions to my friends who don't know. Tesla doesn't do advertising, right? You know why? Market the way you consume. Nobody likes ads anymore, right? That's why Fortified doesn't make commercials. I make these videos, right? My goal is I want to provide value. I want to teach people. I want to educate people, and you should get something out of the time that you invest watching a video by me. If all I'm creating are commercials, you're not going to get anything out of that. It doesn't create any value, and I think that's Tesla's thing too. Is like, look, our products are good. We people know, they're passionate about them. We don't have to convince you to buy it. You're either going to buy it or you're not, and it's marketing the way you consume. Okay. So one last thing I'll leave you with is last night, Elon did an all hands on deck. I didn't even know they were doing this, but Tesla did like an employee town hall. Elon hosted it, and they just kind of went over their vision, kind of where they were. I think a little bit is just kind of just letting people know, like, hey, this is what we're doing. Forget all the bad press, and so two things that I took away from that I thought were interesting. Number one, Tesla's new vision, okay? It's centered around sustainable abundance for all, driven by nature and supported by the Optimus robot, right? So that means sustainable abundance. What is that, right? So like, if our cars are driving themselves, right? If this AI progresses and they build these robots, and these robots are helping people, that creates abundance, right? Where things become cheaper. Right? It's less expensive to produce things. It's less expensive to deliver things, which brings down the cost of everything, creates abundance for everyone. Everybody wins. So I thought that was kind of profound, how they're changing the vision of the company. And then the second thing that I thought was really cool, when you think about it, all right, so this autonomous driving is not going anywhere. The AI is full speed ahead, like, it's going. And pretty soon, some friends of mine have been to like Arizona or California. They have seen the Waymos, the Google cars that are driving around. Tesla is starting that in Texas this summer. That's the plan. They're going to have Cybercab driving around, autonomous driving, which brings down the cost of a ride. I mean, an Uber is like $1 a mile. That's so expensive. A full self-driving car with no driver would be cheaper than that. So what Elon said yesterday is next year they'll have 10 million vehicles on the road. Okay. And with a single software update, literally like updating your iPhone overnight, a single software update, all those cars could be autonomous. Like, that's wild. Now you got a fleet of 10 million vehicles. Now people that own those vehicles have the ability to let their cars work for them. And that's why I said I'm buying FSD. $8,000 is a discount right now to buy it. Because I think if this happens, the value of FSD goes through the roof. Okay, you can subscribe to it for $99 a month. But if you subscribe to Twitter, you're seeing how as Grok progresses, they are raising the price of that subscription because they're offering you more value. If your car could drive around and make you $15, $20, $30,000 a year instead of being parked all day in the parking lot at your office, what is that worth? You know what I mean? So that's my investment thesis. That's why I'm rolling with it. That's why I bought one. I want to test it out. I want to see if it's real. First impressions, amazing. If you have any questions, you want to learn more, shoot. You want to go for a ride and see it firsthand, hit me up. I'll take you out. I don't care. Like, I think when people just haven't seen it, and when you see it, you're going to be like, holy cow, man, this is a game changer. And that's it, man. That's my thesis. I'm using the products I invest in. If you're not a hands-on investor and you don't use your products, you don't use the companies that you invest in, you're at a disadvantage. You may find out that you were investing in something that's really not what you thought. All right. So that's it, guys. All right. If you got any questions, comment below. Any feedback, you got whatever. You need help buying one, you want to learn more, hit me up. I'm here. All right, guys. Have an amazing weekend. Happy spring, and talk to you guys soon. Thanks.